came across this post on Blind, and someone's asking the question, what do you actually spend your money on? I think this is technically what you would consider a first world problem, because this guy seems to be living a pretty good life. And you know, a lot of times when you score a nice job in tech and you get that big paycheck, you're able to save a lot of money. And so I want to give you guys kind of my personal thoughts on it and just address this guy's question directly. And so the title of this thread says, what do people even spend their money on? It looks like it's someone who works at Lyft. And he says, I'm 27. I have about $750,000 in my retirement, cash, and brokerage accounts, which is pretty impressive. He says he already owns the car that he wants. I already have almost the clothes that I want. I have toys and furniture. Basically, I'm at the point where getting something new requires tossing something I already own, which I also highly recommend so you don't end up hoarding things. I can only spend so much on food and drinks. I travel as much as I have the energy for, and it's usually pretty cheap. I'm assuming this guy's living in a pretty high cost of living area like New York, San Francisco, or Los Angeles. And I feel that it's somewhat a scam, but my rented apartment is one I am very happy with. I'm not into hose and blow. Good to know. What else is there to spend money on? And I can tell immediately that someone at this age is probably just going through not even a midlife crisis, but just questioning his identity. And you know, someone who's in this position where he's almost made about $1 million in total net worth. He seems to have all the things that he wants. He's relatively in good health, still young, 27. So yeah, I mean, single, without a family, without any kids, of course you're gonna feel like you're on top of the world, right? But there is a bigger purpose than just going to work and collecting a paycheck and growing your bank account. You know, he didn't really talk about sort of his purpose or some of the hobbies that he's into. He mentioned that he'll never be able to afford a house, which is sort of pessimistic, but you know, don't worry too much about that. So, you know, dude, if I were in your shoes, I would just continue to grind, continue to push, continue to challenge yourself. And if you feel that you're not really being satisfied because you are also just chasing material wealth, look elsewhere. And you know, you mentioned that you're traveling and you're experiencing different things, but I would sort of lean into that and really ask yourself, what are the things that make you happy? Everyone's got a different North Star when it comes to happiness. Some find happiness helping those who are less fortunate. Some people get satisfaction from their career and continuing to move up the career ladder. And so you just have to find out what makes sense for you and continue to pursue after that. I think it's great that you're saving money. You're able to pay all the bills. You're able to take care of all the things according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You have a roof over your head. You have all the material wealth that you need. And that's great. But beyond that, I think you also need to find out what it is that drives you, what gets you up every day and makes you excited to go to work. And if you haven't found that yet, keep searching for it. You know, you're still young. I'm assuming that at some point you do want to settle down and have a family and have a house. So continue to build up your cash reserves and make the right investments. That will definitely keep you busy. But other than that, don't worry too much and spend time thinking about, you know, what do I need to spend my money on? You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with just putting it into a nest egg or putting it into an index fund, you know, buying stocks when the timing is right and just continuing to see that nest egg grow for having a rainy day fund or investing in your future kids' college tuition or helping out your parents or your family members when they have some hardships that you go through. You're still young, you're still only at 27, but at some point your parents and your family members and your siblings and friends will run into other issues. You know, that's just sort of the passage of time. And as you get older, things will start to break, your body will start to break down, health problems will become a little bit more prevalent within your network. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with continuing to save up for a rainy day. And if you're happy with what you have, then be content with that. You don't always have to be out there spending money to have a good time. For me, there is a certain satisfaction for when you buy a nice car or when you travel or when you spend money on things that you've always wanted, like a nice pair of shoes, nice suits, or whatever it is. But that feeling fades away pretty quickly, as I'm sure you know this already. But if you don't know this, it is something that I think most people are impacted by. People also try to just continue to chase after material wealth. You know, I have a few friends who, you know, are always after the latest luxury goods, LV, Gucci this, Gucci that. I mean, and it's just a never-ending battle, man. And you're never going to get satisfied when you just constantly chase after the latest shiny new toy. So anyways, you know, this is getting a little bit long, but I think you know where I'm coming from. Chase after your purpose, your grind, and look beyond sort of just yourself. You know, try to see how you can bring value to the world, to your community, to the work that you're doing. If you're already sort of killing it at work, you know, try to find something that you can commit to during your off hours. And if it's a hobby, if it's something else that you can spend time on and build, then I would say focus on that. Anyways, hopefully this was helpful. And yeah, you're still a young guy, so you're in a great position. For those of you guys who are watching this video, drop some comments down below, leave some advice for this OP and see if you can help him out. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.